What's up, guys? Watchful Stoic here. It's a nice, wonderful, overcast day here in Texas. It's 92 degrees outside. I have no complaints about the weather at the moment. But yeah, before I jump into anything, go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. I know I was supposed to do another man search for meaning, but I didn't get a chance to read today. Normally I read on a lunch break, but didn't have a lunch break today. We got, since 4th of July is next week, we're gonna leave early on Friday, which means I have to find the hours throughout the rest of the week. So, I skip lunch, it's an extra hour, and I leave 2 to 3 hours early, so, just a few days of this and of skipping lunch, and I'm good to go. But I was talking to someone yesterday, and for all intents and purposes, let's call them a counselor. I'll say that. And basically, I was talking to him about some of the things I was dealing with, and he said, "Well, what about your other problems? What about your problems?" And I said, why can't you focus on your problems? And I talked to him I was telling him that I'm worried about this person's problem, I'm worried about this other person's problem, I'm worried about all these other problems that belong to other people, and he was telling me, isn't it a little bit ironic that you're too focused on other people's problems to take care of your own? It's like, yeah, that is a little bit ironic, especially since the whole point of me talking to him is to fix my problems. But yeah, no, it's quite a bit of a concept there. I haven't been enforcing my own personal boundaries as much as I should have, and it's causing me a certain amount of grief or stress, really, not grief, but stress. And maybe that's a part of the external validation, part of an external validation I need to let go of. I need to be able to set healthy boundaries with my time, so that way I'm not just giving myself away to everyone else, inappropriately. No, not in that way, but giving my time away inappropriately to people that aren't really doing the same back in some ways. And the people that know what I'm dealing with, they'll know that what I'm talking about. But you need to understand how to set your own boundaries, because people will walk all over you if given the chance. Thing is, you offer anything for free, doesn't matter how good or how high quality it is, people will just absolutely devour it. It's like they're like ants. Drop anything on the ground, you leave it there, ants will come and devour it. Unless it's like absolutely toxic to them. They will find a way. People will take up space. People will take up your time. People will eat up everything that you have if you let them. Part of loving yourself is being able to understand how much of yourself you're giving away and how much of yourself you need to keep to yourself. The ultimate goal of our lives should be to live the best life that we possibly can, and to have purpose. The purpose always needs to serve. The purpose is always, at a certain point, you have to provide something to humanity in order to have a purpose. I can't think of one selfish purpose that has been successful. Without providing something to someone else. Because people will constantly consume, and that's something that you can see anywhere. People are always consuming. People are always taking and taking. There will always be someone to help. There will always be someone to provide for. There will always be someone who is willing to purchase and buy things. Understanding where you fit into that spectrum, like, you need to be self-reliant and self-sufficient as much as you can, but you need to be able to accept help when you need it. You need to be able to ask for help when you need it. A certain degree of humility that you need, and then there's a certain degree of self-care that you need. Wearing yourself out for the sake of others is not virtuous. It's more virtuous than simply not doing anything for anyone else. But wearing yourself out, it doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit the people you're helping, or the people you're serving, or the people you're providing for. I would say that even a certain degree of mediocrity in a life purpose might be better than just simply wearing yourself out constantly. Because it is actually, I take that back. People putting forward as much effort as they can certainly are more respectable than those who are being mediocre. But wearing yourself out is a form of mediocrity. Not understanding how to balance yourself is a form of mediocrity. This past Sunday, I was at church and we were talking about one of the stories in the New Testament, the parable of the talents. One man was given 5 talents, one man was given 2 talents, one man was given 1 talent. And the outcome was the same for the man with 5 talents and the man with 2 talents. Both doubled what they had, and they were both given the same blessing. Obviously, one had more than the other to work with, but the idea is that it doesn't matter how much you have to work with, it's what you do with it that matters. It's what you do with your time, it's what you do with your abilities. Because the man the guy that had the 1 talent, he buried it. He didn't do anything with it. He was condemned, and he had to give his talent to the guy with 10, because he was so afraid of losing everything. He was so afraid of doing something that he lost the potential that he had. And that's a good allegory for life in general. A lot of us get caught up in our potential and not wanting to waste our potential, that we end up wasting it by simply doing nothing. And it's incredibly ironic. There's a quote from The Office where Jim wanted Ryan to do something, and Ryan was like, well, I'm such a perfectionist that I would rather not do it than try doing it and mess up. I'd rather have a perfect failure than a imperfect success. That's not the exact quote, but it's the general idea. And then Jim throws him in the closet and makes his office the closet. You know. But the message is there. There's people that are willing to risk not trying than to try and end up being mediocre. But if we had more people trying to succeed and then ending up being mediocre, if we had more of those people, we'd be in a much better state. This as far as society and humanity goes. Because as long as everyone's pushing a little bit, and as long as everyone's really trying, if everyone really tried to do something, we'd accomplish so much. We sit on our aspirations, we sit on our dreams, and we do nothing with them. There's a poem I'm reminded of. There are two kinds of people. I'm not going to quote the exact poem, but I'll give you the basic premise. There's two kinds of people out there. That there's the people who lift and the people who lean. You know, for every lifter, there's 10 leaners. There's 10 leaning on the lifters. How much easier would life be if we all lifted together? Which, you know, I'm a fan of Warframe, and there's a song in Warframe that's called "We All Lift Together," and it's people who have a lot of these massive debts, and they're trying to work their way into a better life, and you know, of course, and there's some other elements to it too, but basically they all treat each other as family. Because they're all in the same place. They're all in the same hole, and they're all trying to get out. And they make life bearable for themselves by helping each other out where possible and lifting together. And trusting each other. Everyone has their responsibility, everyone has their job, everyone tries. And it's through that effort that makes them a good community, a tight-knit community. When there's no reason to doubt or hold a grudge against anyone, when you can trust that everyone is trying and doing their best, it means something. But anyway, I'm going to cut this video a little shorter than usual. I'm kind of running out of things, but yeah, I'll get back on Man's Search for Meaning here hopefully tomorrow. Like if I'll probably read something tonight and then I'll make sure that I do something tomorrow so I can upload something. But anyway, love you all. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. I'll talk to you later.